Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into a topic that impacts millions around the world: poverty. It's a complex issue with roots in systemic structures, historical injustices, and individual circumstances. Think of it like this. Imagine you're running a race, but you started several yards behind everyone else. You also have heavier shoes, less training, and maybe even some obstacles on your track that others don't. In this video we'll explore 7 key factors that make the climb out of poverty so challenging. So let's get started. One of the most significant hurdles facing those in poverty is the lack of access to quality education. Growing up in poverty often means attending schools that might lack updated textbooks, experienced teachers, or even basic supplies. This disparity in educational quality can have a ripple effect, limiting future job prospects and earning potential. Imagine trying to compete for a job that requires computer skills when you've never even had regular access to a computer. Now you might be thinking, but people in poverty have jobs, right? And you'd be right, many do. But here's the catch. They're often stuck in low-wage jobs that barely cover basic necessities like rent, food, and healthcare. This means that even with full-time work, many individuals and families are living paycheck to paycheck, with little to no room for savings or emergencies. And this is where the idea of the minimum wage being a living wage falls apart. Here's another harsh reality. Poverty is often passed down through generations. Children born into poverty are more likely to experience the same disadvantages as their parents, creating a cycle that can feel impossible to break. Imagine growing up without access to the same networks, resources, or even financial literacy as someone from a more privileged background. It's like starting a race already behind and then being told to simply run faster. Let's talk about the cost of living. We all need essentials like housing, healthcare, and food, but for those in poverty, these basic necessities can consume a disproportionate amount of their income. Imagine being forced to choose between paying rent or buying groceries or delaying essential medical care because you simply can't afford it. It's like trying to fill a bathtub with a leaky bucket. You're constantly pouring in effort, but it never seems to be enough. Access to financial resources is crucial for building a secure future, yet those in poverty often face significant barriers in this area. Think about it. Traditional banks might be inaccessible due to low balances or lack of credit history. This can lead individuals to rely on predatory lenders who offer high-interest loans that trap them in a cycle of debt. It's like being told you need a key to open the door to opportunity, but the system itself prevents you from obtaining that key. Life is full of unexpected events, and for those in poverty, these events can be even more destabilizing. Think about a sudden job loss, an unexpected medical emergency, or even a natural disaster. Without a safety net of savings or strong social support systems, these events can push individuals and families further into poverty. It's like being out at sea in a tiny boat during a storm. You have little protection and are at the mercy of forces beyond your control. Finally, it's important to acknowledge the psychological and social barriers that can make it even harder to escape poverty. Living with constant stress, insecurity, and a sense of hopelessness can take a toll on anyone's mental health and well-being. This can lead to a lack of self-belief, making it even harder to envision a brighter future or take the necessary steps to achieve it. It's like being trapped in a maze with no visible exit. The longer you're stuck, the harder it becomes to believe that freedom is even possible. So, as you can see, escaping poverty is incredibly complex. It's not just about working hard, it's about addressing the systemic inequalities, limited opportunities, and social barriers that trap millions in a cycle of disadvantage. But understanding the problem is the first step towards finding solutions. By raising awareness, challenging our own assumptions, and advocating for policies that promote economic justice and equal opportunity, we can work towards creating a world where everyone has a fair chance to succeed. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video to help us spread awareness. See you next time.